So friends, how are you all? Today's story is going to be very terrifying and very exciting. The name of today's story is The Last Shift at Ashwood Motel. So without any delay, let's get started. It was 11:47 p.m. The neon sign of Ashwood Motel flickered like a dying heartbeat, glowing red against the cold Wyoming sky. Snow drifted across the empty parking lot as Evan Carter, a part-time night clerk, unlocked the front door. He wasn't supposed to be there that night. His manager, Mr. Hillman, called him just an hour earlier. "Just cover the last shift, Evan, one night only." His voice sounded strained, almost frightened. Inside the motel lobby, a strange silence floated in the air, thick, heavy, and wrong. As Evan took his seat behind the counter, he noticed something. The guest book was open. A name was written on the last page. Room 13, do not check in. But the signature line was smeared with something dark. Not ink, something thicker. Something that looked like blood. Evan swallowed. Probably a joke. Hillman loved pranks. But the atmosphere felt colder than usual. The fluorescent lights above buzzed as if whispering something he couldn't hear. He pulled out his phone to text his girlfriend and then stopped. There was zero signal, not even one bar. That never happened here.
At exactly 12:03 a.m., a bell rang. The automatic lobby door slid open. A woman stepped inside. She wore an old white nightgown, wet, torn, stained with mud. Her hair clung to her cheeks like seaweed. She didn't breathe loudly. She didn't shiver. She just stared at Evan with wide, glossy eyes. "Do you have a room?" Evan stuttered. She nodded slowly. Her head tilted too far, like her neck wasn't fully attached. "Which room?" he asked. She raised her hand and pointed behind him, toward the room keys hanging on the wall. But her finger didn't point to any number. It pointed at him. Evan's spine went cold. Still, he reached for a random key just to end the silence. But when he turned back, she was gone. The door hadn't opened. No footsteps, no sound, just air. An unnatural, suffocating air.
Evan tried to calm himself. Maybe he imagined it. But then, bang! A loud slam came from the hallway leading to the rooms. Evan jumped up. Room 13's door was wide open, even though he was sure it was locked earlier. He slowly stepped toward the hallway, each footstep echoing too loudly. The closer he got, the colder the air became. His breath turned visible. When he reached room 13, he noticed gouge marks on the wooden door, huge claw-like streaks carved into the frame. Inside, the room looked normal at first glance. Bed neatly made, lamp on, curtains closed. But on the wall above the bed, something was written in shaky black letters. "She checked in. Now you will too." The paint dripped down like tar. As Evan stepped inside to inspect it, the bathroom door creaked. Very, very slowly. And a whisper floated out. Not a human whisper. A broken, cracked voice with layers, like multiple throats speaking at once. He froze. The bathroom door opened a little more. A pale hand slid across the floor. Fingers too long, joints bent backwards. Evan ran out of the room, slamming the door behind him. But when he reached the lobby, she was standing there. The woman. This time, her face was clearer. Her jaw was dislocated, hanging sideways. Her eyes were sunken, like something had scooped them out and put them back in wrong. Her nightgown dripped, but not water. It dripped red. She opened her mouth wide, so wide the skin around it tore. A horrible, wet crack echoed across the lobby. "Room 13, she hissed. Her voice sounded like someone drowning under ice. "You left the door open." Evan didn't wait. He sprinted toward the back exit, but it didn't open, no matter how hard he pushed. Then he realized the entire motel had gone completely silent. No wind, no buzzing lights, no outside cars, just his heartbeat and hers right behind him.
Running for the exit, Miles found the front door locked tight. Every window showed something different, an endless hallway instead of the desert outside. He heard the dragging sound again. This time, it came from the floor beneath him. A trap door behind the counter slowly lifted open. Cold air breathed from below. He descended the stairs, flashlight trembling in his hand. The walls were covered with photographs, hundreds of faces, each with their eyes scratched out, and every single photo had one word written beneath it: checked in. At the end of the basement stood a desk. Behind it sat the motel clerk. Gray, lifeless skin, eyes sunk deep, smile stretched too wide. "Welcome back, Mr. Miles," it said. "You never left."
Suddenly, thud. Something hit the storage door from outside. Then again. Then again. Slow, heavy, rhythmic, like a head banging. The light flickered, then died. Evan backed up until he hit the shelves. The banging stopped. Silence. A whisper slid under the crack of the door. "I checked in. Now you will too." The doorknob twisted. Creak. Creak. The woman's face appeared in the darkness, sideways, peeking through the small opening. Her smile stretched wider than any human smile ever should. She crawled inside, not walking, crawling on all fours, limbs jerking like broken puppet strings. Evan screamed, but no one heard because Ashwood Motel was miles from the nearest town, and everyone knew decade nights were cursed.
By sunrise, the motel looked normal again. Peaceful. Empty. Mr. Hillman arrived at 7 a.m. He walked into the lobby, yawning. Everything seemed fine, except the guest book. A fresh entry was written on the last page. Room 13, Evan Carter, checked in. Mr. Hillman froze. Then he heard it, a faint knock from room 13, 3 times, slow, patient, like someone waiting to be let out. He backed away, trembling, because he knew the rule. No one survives the decade shift at Ashwood Motel. No one. And a new soul had just checked in.
So,
How was today's story? If you liked it, give it a like and let me know in the comments. Your love and support inspire me to make the next story even better.